Winnipeg Comedy Festival proudly presents You Do You. And now here's your host, the fabulous Priyanka!
Toronto. Looking in the mirror, you can see yourself. You think you're hot, you think you're cute, you think you're something else. I'm here to stay, don't got all day, I gotta wipe you away. Got your message loud and clear, but I don't care what you say. You think you're something, but you ain't nothing. You're in the ground, I won this round, and I got my tits. With all the dirt I have on you, you're gonna need a cleanse. I got all the love I need, no thanks to you. You think that I found it, but it's not with you. We're coming on through, coming on through, coming for you. Come through, we're coming on through, coming on through, coming for you.
Coming for you.
Don't text me, don't call me, I don't know him.
Take your own advice.
Delete it,
Sure.
block,
Okay.
suck it.
Priyanka!
I'm famous, bitch.
To who?
Come through.
I'm so famous now. I'm so horny. Hi, Winnipeg. What an honor it is to be here tonight. An honor for you, I mean. My name is Priyanka. What's my name? I am an icon, but honestly, I feel like I'm so much more than that. I'm also a bitch, a mother, a child, a lover, a sinner, and a saint. Oh, and also, I have a dick. It's an honor. I'm honored to have one of those. Now let's talk about Canada's Drag Race. Yay! I am the winner, chicken dinner, baby! Now, being a product of reality TV is so interesting. I find it more interesting that I worked my ass off trying to make this big TV career happen since I was 14, ended up hosting YTV's The Zone as Mark Suki, and still had to dress up as a woman to win a reality show as Priyanka to be famous. What's that about? Now, the question that people want to know is how real is reality TV, right? Well, this is how real it is. Yeah, I'm a man in a wig that someone's straight husband still wants to sleep with, so it's pretty real if you ask me. Tonight, thank you, wow. It's a great audience up in here tonight. Tonight's show is gonna be so real. How real? So real. How real? So real. It will stay alive longer than the anti-vaxxers will. The theme of tonight's gala is You Do You, a celebration of self-love. And personally, I've been practicing self-love since I was 11 years old. 3 to 5 times a day until it got raw, and then I had to take a break. The self-love that I'm actually talking about is celebrating the quirks, the idiosyncrasies that make us each who we are, and owning them like I own every raggedy-ass bitch that steps to me in a lip sync. You do you means being your most authentic self and loving it without shame or guilt or fear that other people won't approve. Because, first of all, have you met other people? Woof. And second, guess what? You only get one life. And if the pandemic has taught us anything, it's that life is straight up terrifying. Think about it. Right now, we're dealing with a pandemic, anti-vaxxers, environmental catastrophe, a collapsing economy, white supremacists, misogynists, and homophobes, and that's just in Alberta. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. And on top of all that, we also had to spend months isolating by ourselves, or worse, with our loved ones. So if getting through that hellscape with your sanity intact means smoking weed, drinking a box of wine, eating 3 pizzas before 11 a.m., honey, you do you. And, you know, if it means that you've run out of normal porn to watch and now you're into some freaky deaky shit, you do you. And as a famous person, if it means occasionally using your privilege to make the world a little more comfortable for yourself, even if that means making it less comfortable for someone else just this one time, honey, you did not understand the assignment and need to reflect on how to be a better person. Because you do you should never mean that someone else can't do themselves, because that idea is supposed to be that everyone should do everyone. Nope, that's definitely an orgy. My bad. I guess what I'm trying to say is the way I see it is everyone has warts, so there's no point in being ashamed of yours, unless they're on your genitals, in which case, honey, stay the hell away from me, thank you. Hey, Winnipeg, are you ready to meet our first performer? From the outfits he wears to the way he works it on stage, this comedian always owns who he is. So it's ironic that he moved to Vancouver, where he can never own where he lives. Give it up for Marito Lopez.
Yo! Winnipeg, what's poppin'? There is a lot of white people here. It smells like maple syrup, guys. Guys, I will be your Latino comedian tonight. Yes? Right? Do we have any Latinos in the audience tonight? Okay, wicked. Kitchen staff on break. Guys, let's... Yes, man. Yeah, guys, I am Latino. I'm from El Salvador, okay? All right? Yeah! Yeah, some people have been and got robbed, for sure. But guys, man, I've lived all over Canada. I love Canada. Right now, I live in Vancouver. Namaste, right? Right, but my favorite city in Canada is Toronto, okay? I lived there for 8 years. Yeah, you can make some noise for Toronto, guys. I love Toronto. I swear to God, I moved to Toronto because of Drake. Yes! Okay, this white lady in the front is like, what is that, an insurance company? What is that? He's a rapper, man. He's a rapper. But yeah, man, I am a huge rap fan. Make some noise if you love hip-hop in the house tonight. Yeah! She's like, Beastie Boys! Yo, I love rap. I love rap so much. I've always been a fan, but it's the only genre of music I've ever listened to, okay? I don't listen to rock and roll. I'm sorry, okay? I don't. And people snap when they find out that I don't know any bands, especially here in Canada, right? When people find out that I don't know who the Tragically Hip is. Yeah! Yeah, you can boo if you want to do it. Yeah, okay. But yeah, man, people get so mad. They're like, bro, how do you not know who the Hip is? Were you born under a rock, bud? Right? And it's like, yeah, I was born under a rock. In the jungles of El Salvador. But older gringos, that's the first time I think that's ever been said on CBC. But older gringos get mad at me when they find out that I don't know any Pink Floyd. What? I don't. But let me ask you this, guys. Why would I, as a Latino man, drenched in coconut oil right now, looking like I wrote Mambo number 5, why would I ever listen to an album called The Wall, okay? Why? You love that joke, I know it. Pink Floyd has to pay me royalties for that. Right, I am Latin, man. I love my culture so much, okay? My dad is my hero. Make some noise if you love your dads. I love my dad, okay? My dad is a man's man, all right? He's the type of man that if he tells you he wants to build a deck, he will build a deck in 1 day. And then he'll spend the rest of his life rebuilding it. Right? That man is a gangster, and I love him. And not only because he can build the deck, it's because he's sober. You know? He's been sober for 28 years. Right? Yeah. Yeah, man. Right? I'm sober too, every 28 days. Right? I love my dad with the passion. And you know what, man? I really don't drink, but I've had my slip-ups. I've fallen, I've had relapses, right? But I still fight. You know what I mean? And thank you. And last year, I relapsed because my brother got cancer during COVID. It was tough, right? And I was on the road. I felt bad because I couldn't be there for my family. So naturally, I just started partying. Yeah, right? But then my parents knew that I fell off the wagon, right? They knew that I was drinking. So my dad called me, which is crazy, guys, because immigrant dads never call. They're too busy rebuilding the deck. Right? So my dad calls me, my phone's ringing, all I hear is, "Hijo! This is Papi. Your mom told me that you fell off the wagon. But don't worry," and this is the sweetest thing he ever said, "I'll build you a new wagon." Yeah. Right? And that inspired me, guys. That inspired me to be Latinx. That inspired me to be sober, okay? I got up. I brushed my teeth. I made my bed. I put on my best blouse. And I went out there and I rebuilt my wagon. My name is Marito Lopez, man. Thank you so much.
Like Joe Biden, this comedian has a stutter, and while it is not part of his act, it does send a clear message that people who stutter can have a thriving career in comedy and not just have to settle for being the president of the United States. Please welcome Jose Piranian.
It is true, I do have a stutter, so I hope you like suspense. In fact, if you have any plans in the next 48 hours, cancel them. There has been more awareness lately around stuttering thanks to the movie The King's Speech. Have you seen it? If you haven't, it's a movie about a former king of England who had a difficulty getting his words out. As you can imagine, I could really relate to his challenges, because believe me, it's not always easy. Being a king. Can we look back at the past year and a half? It's been really strange, hasn't it? Yeah. Everyone kept on telling us to stay positive. Easier said than done, right? Actually, for me, nothing is easier said than done. It is great to be here tonight. I actually moved to Canada from Lebanon when I was 18. And before my first ever Canadian winter, I didn't even have a stutter. One more unique thing about stuttering is that it's extremely paradoxical. Some words flow right out. Others get stuck, as if I'm using the world's worst Wi-Fi. But when I sing, I don't stutter at all. At least one of you is going to come up to me after the show and say, instead of speaking, why don't you always sing? Because I don't want to look deranged. Can you imagine asking me, hey, Jose, how was your weekend? And I say, thank you for asking, my friend. My weekend was nothing but grand. And it would get really strange in certain situations. Say, I call 911 and I get stuck. Sir, there are dead bodies on the floor. Thank you very much, Winnipeg. Thank you.
This comedian makes no apologies for being a hot mess, nor does she ever apologize for making one. Put your hands together for the very funny Steph Tolev!
Hello. How are we? Here I am. How are we? This is fun. I just got back from Toronto. My sister got married. Great. Yeah. Nobody cares. It's fine. Big whoop. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Big whoop. Whatever. But I got to be a bridesmaid for the first time, which is exciting. Yes, I've never been a bridesmaid before. Here's a question for the gals out there. Who's worn a bridesmaid's dress before? Okay. Could you wear a bra? No. No is the answer. Why are they doing this to us? I don't know. Beautiful lilac dress. Deep V at the front. Ooh, 2 deep V's at the side. Can't have one, gotta have 3. No bra. I wanna have a good time, okay? Now I'm all panicked about this the whole time. And the other 2 girls in the wedding party, they have nice little, little front faces, you know what I mean? Like a little perkies, you know what I mean? I wish, oh my God. No, I got a couple googly eyes up here, a couple north-southers. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, they're not, no. They're the kind of gals, you know that new weird style that girls are doing right now? That they wear that short top, just a whisper of breast hanging out the bottom, you know this? If I did that, it would just be two wet areolas staring at the ground. You'd be like, there's two squids hanging at the bottom of this woman's shirt right now. Two eels are hanging on for dear life. Somebody help this woman, please. I moved to LA and I auditioned a lot, big brag. So I got this one audition and get in the Zoom room, and it's like me and 25 guys. I'm like, ooh, I'm in the wrong room, wrong link, sorry. Get in the chat, I'm like, oopsies, I'm in the wrong room. They're like, no, you're in the right place. I'm like, huh, okay. Strange. Do the audition, get out of it. My friend was working on the commercial. She texts me, she's like, yeah, you're probably not gonna book that. They're actually looking for a really burly man. I'm like, well, then what was I doing in there? She's like, you're pretty masculine compared to the man. I'm like, you're telling me I'm more manly than every man in Los Angeles? I'm like, I am. Why am I arguing this? Yes, I am. Fine. Didn't book it. Get over it. A couple days go by. Agent sends me another audition. And this is how bad they get. Literally, all in capital letters says, looking for a woman that looks like a troll. All right, okay. Bit on the nose, if you ask me. You know what I mean? Bit too close to home. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. It's rude. I have to do it. I'm gonna do it. So I get in the Zoom room with my troll husband. And the director's like, okay, you're gonna do your lines twice. First in your regular voice. I'm like, got it. He's like, and then do it again in your troll voice. I'm like, I'm on a prank show. What the hell's going on? So I go to do my lines. I'm like, okay, here at Realtor.com. He's like, ma'am, sorry, I'm gonna stop you there. I said do the troll voice second. I'm like, this isn't the goddamn troll voice. This is my regular voice. Then I didn't book it and got so upset. You know how crazy it is to not book Troll Woman and be wildly upset? I'm like, I'm not a man, I'm not a troll, where do I fit in? But then I booked something, and get ready for this massive brag. For Pepsi, you guys heard of it? Yeah, no, it was, the whole commercial, I have to explain it because if you blinked during it, you will not see me. The whole commercial was showing all the gross things we did before COVID and now what we're doing now. To make it not as gross, I guess. I don't know. It's still gross. We're all gross people. So the whole commercial was me. I auditioned for a woman putting on makeup on a busy subway. Because you know us gals. That's all we do. Slop on the clown paint, leave the house, huh? So I get to set. I'm like, makeup ladies here. They're like, oh, no, your role's been changed. I was like, Like, no, you're now reading for, you're doing woman eating chicken wings while bowling at the same time. Wasn't on the breakdown. I don't know, this is a new role you made up after you saw me. I get it, fine. Okay, sure, fine. So my whole role was to be holding this ball. They're like, don't worry, we cleaned it. I'm like, you never clean a bowling ball. It's had soiled fingers in it for years. There's Band-Aids, it's gross, it's disgusting. There's French fries, like, so I'm deep into this ball, and my friend comes around the corner with 2 baskets of wings, and boy, am I excited. I'm like, let me in there. Rip my fingers directly out of the ball, immediately to the wings. And the director's like, okay, eat. I'm like, what? And I'm like, I'm a professional. I've eaten wings before. I'm just like, just like mowing down. I'm like, we're gonna get through this. Every finger, just disgusting. Oh, gross. Finally, yells cut, and this guy comes around with this big metal bucket. He's like, okay, you can spit the wings out. I'm like, He's like, spit the wings out now. I'm like, oh, I ate the wings, though. He's like, you just ate 7 wings in 2 minutes? I just ate 7 wings in 2 minutes. Yes, I did. I wasn't counting, but yes, I did. He goes completely white. He's like, she ate the wings. I'm like, what? Whole set freaks out. She ate the wings. I'm like, I ate the wings. Everyone's losing their minds. Turns out I fully ate the prop. Can't do that anymore. The prop is gone. One take wonder, because there's no other option here. But they're all freaked out. So I get home and I'm like, something's going on. Like, they were really scared. Ice cold wings, by the way. I get home that night. I fully get salmonella poisoning. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bad. Worst part of the whole thing, though. Didn't lose a pound. Are you kidding me? On the toilet for 3 days, didn't lose an ounce, almost gained weight? The message here is not to drink Pepsi, guys. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Thanks so much. My name is Steph Tolev.
Like Amazon, this comedian was born in the 90s and is known for his unique style of delivery. But unlike Amazon, this comedian actually pays taxes. Please welcome Mikey Dubs.
A little bit about myself. I'm East Indian, but my favorite holiday is Christmas. I know a lot of people think that East Indians don't celebrate Christmas. But do you guys know what the oldest form of Secret Santa is? Arranged marriage. Did you know an East Indian arranged wedding day is the only time you'll find two people who have never met each other, but now have to spend the rest of their lives together? While the elephant in the room is an actual elephant in the room. I never went through with my arranged marriage. Instead, I told my parents I was becoming a stand-up comedian. They made me this cake. It looked like chocolate with chocolate chips. It turned out to be all bran with raisins. I took a bite and they were like, "Now you know what disappointment tastes like." My friend and I would get bullied a lot as kids. That's why I like how anti-bullying has come a long way these days. Because when we were kids, all the teachers ever taught us was, a bully only bullies because he has problems at home. You know what I found out one day pretty quick? Nothing gets you beat up more than asking a bully about his problems at home. Because of the way I deliver my jokes, sometimes the other comedians make fun of me. They call me an Indian robot. But I take that as a compliment. Because who else would you be more afraid is going to steal your job? One time a white person asked me, "What's it like to be brown?" And I said, "Well, it's like being in between black and white." If I was an ice cream flavor, I would be a chocolate vanilla twist cone. Because I like stuff from both races, black and white. I like black music, black fashion, black TV shows, black comedies, black barbershops, black history, black politics, black poetry, and I like vanilla ice cream. So much has changed throughout history. Like, how come if 20 years ago you said, "I have a partner," it meant that you did detective work? But if you now say, "I have a partner," it means that I have to do some detective work. My favorite thing that happened 20 years ago was the invention of Napster. I can still remember that feeling. For the first time ever, I had a world of music at my fingertips. A world of music. The first thing I ever chose to download was called Sexual Orgasm Sounds. The second thing I ever chose to download was called A Woman's Sexual Orgasm Sounds. My favorite website, though, is Facebook. And I like how men and women have very different looking Facebooks. Because your Facebook is customized based on your own personality. Like when I open my Facebook, it says, today is Dave's birthday. Would you like to post on his wall? And when my girlfriend opens her Facebook, it says, today is Jessica's birthday. Would you like to see if she posted on your wall for your birthday before you post on her wall for her birthday? All right, guys, I'm Mikey Dubs. That's all my time tonight. Thank you.
This performer is a true comedy unicorn. He's, get this, a straight white male. Do they still make those? Please welcome Chris Locke.
What? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about? How you guys doing? You all right? Good. You look great. Nice to see you. Nice to be here. Yeah, okay, another thing about me off the top, I'm a bald man with a mustache, okay? But I'm nice. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about? What the hell? Anytime someone sees a bald guy with a mustache, they're like, you know, oh, you're a real pervert, eh? You want to honk my butt, you know? Pervert. And it's like, no. Well, no, you know? I'm not a pervert, you know? I'm a nice guy. I'm a happily married man with 2 kids, okay? Okay, fine. Maybe twice I was a pervert with my wife, you know? That explains why the doctor, when my first one was born, he held her like this. He was like, look what you did, you freaking pervert, huh? You had to go and bother your wife with that thing? You creep. I got a mean doctor, I think, you know? Because like the other day, I had an appointment with my doctor, and he goes, technically, according to your BMI, your body mass index, you know, technically you're obese, right? And then he starts laughing his ass off to the point where he had to hold the wall like, and my doctor's got this big glass jar full of jelly beans in his office, and he goes like this, I'm gonna put these in the cupboard. And then, that's mean, right? What the hell? So then I'm like, all right, okay, whatever. What do you want me to do? What should I do? What do I need to do, you know? And he goes like this, portions, that's what it is. It's portions. Cut your meals in half, you know? So this is what I do now. I'm like, okay, whatever. So now I have like cut my meals in half, right? Like for example, breakfast, I'll have 6 halves of bacon, you know? Or for dinner, I'll have like 1/2 of 2 pizzas, you know? Yeah. And then, another thing I did after that appointment, a few nights later, I went back to my doctor's office and I broke in and I just trashed the place. And I ate 2 halves of 1 jar of jelly beans. Oh man, the algorithm, am I right? What the hell? The algorithm? What are we gonna do? Like for example, the other day I was mad and I tweeted something like in the moment, the heat of the moment, I went, I'm mad, I could kill someone. 2 seconds later, I get a sponsored ad from the cops that says, don't. How did they know? There's people out there that are like, hey, listen, they want to put microchips in your blood. Be careful so they can track everything and know everything about you. Be careful, microchips in the blood. You know? And my thing is like, well, the Domino's Pizza app has all that. They know everything about me. I get emails from Domino's that are like, we see you. We know you're sad right now. You want a Hawaiian pizza? You have enough money in your bank account. They got these sex robots now that look exactly like real babes. Have you seen them? Real women, sex robots. I'm gonna get 3. Just kidding. No. I don't want them. They freak me out. I was reading an article about it, but the article wasn't like real live, like sex robots are here, isn't the world weird? The article was about 3 different customers have already complained about them because they were too cold. Yeah. Could you imagine if you had the gall, you buy this thing and you take it home and, you know, have sex with it? And then you call the company after like, excuse me, this fake animatronic woman you sold me is freezing. Then the company's like, customer's always right. We'll try to warm up those input sockets. But my thing is if you're a man, you dumb idiot, you're gonna buy this thing. What are you gonna, you're gonna trust this machine with your most valued member? Like, anyways, you know what I'm saying? You don't, anyways. You're gonna take it home, take it out of a box, charge it, and be like, I love you so much, or whatever, you know? I love you. And then you start, you know, using it. How do you know it's not gonna go haywire with your most valued member in there? It starts going, like sparks start flying from its head. You're like, huh? And then all of a sudden, arsh! And then you're like, ah! And then it's gone, there's nothing there, just blood everywhere. What are you gonna do, run outside and be like, help me, help? And everyone's like, what happened? And you're like, nothing. You guys are awesome, thanks so much. I'm Chris Locke, have a good night, thank you very much.
This performer grew up in a family of doctors, but chose comedy because laughter is the best medicine. Unless you're actually sick, in which case the best medicine is definitely medicine. Please welcome Nour Hadidi!
Hello. Hi, guys. I hope you're having a good day. Okay, one guy is. I hope you're having a good day. I found out that I might be allergic to hummus. Yeah, not so good. And, you know, I'm Arab, and you've also graciously accepted my culture of hummus. You know, but I feel like in return, I'm accepting your culture of having food allergies. So, this is going both ways tonight, you know? I've been living in Canada for 16 years. I love it. So happy I moved here and not the States. But as an immigrant, I gotta bring it up, the cold, right? You never get used to it. Sure, we don't have any mass shootings, but we take a knife to the face every day, okay? Every day. And then you'll hear something infuriating, like in Vancouver, they declared an emergency over -2 degrees. Yeah, you know what? It's -2, but it feels like you're overreacting, huh? Yeah. I am single. Thank you. I don't know why I looked at you, but you're a group of ladies alone, so I just thought maybe, you know. I've been single for a while. This is how single I am. A bug flew into my eye, and I was like, you know what? It's just nice to be touched, you know? I hate the poly people. I hate them. They're hoarding all the people. Yeah. Why do you have 3, Chris? I have 0. You gotta catch and release. All right, it's the humane way to go about it. Last time I was home, I was hanging out with my second cousin, and he wanted to set me up on a date with my other second cousin. Yeah. I said, listen, Ahmed, I'm single, but I'm not second cousin single. Okay? And he just got engaged, the one he wanted to set me up with. I read about it in a wedding magazine called Facebook. I don't know if you're subscribed. My Facebook feed as an Arab is just 2 things. Wedding revolution, wedding revolution. There's no fun posts, okay? There's no, oh, we went to a comedy show, had a nice time, none of that. It's babies, bombs, and brides. That's what it is. Yeah. And I clicked on the post because I looked at her profile, you know? And at first, I was like, who is this girl? She's not even part of the family. Hmm? And I said, no, congratulations. He is your husband and not my husband, you know? It's my wedding gift to you. As an Arab, went to a lot of protests these past couple of years. Legally, you have to, you know? And I really like protesting in Canada because I turn on the TV and not so fun in the States. Like, in America, they had the National Guard at all the protests, and a lot of Americans, they didn't want that. They didn't want the US military in their cities. And I'm like, oh, you don't want the US military in your city? Welcome to the Middle East, everyone. Yeah. Thank you. Nobody wants the US military in their city, okay? It's just something you have to live with. It's the first time I've seen the American Army inside America. I was like, what is happening? Does Atlanta have oil? Thank you. I became a citizen of Canada in 2019. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Yep. It's fine. I just filled out a form, you know? No. I had to take a test. Has anyone here taken the test? Okay, a couple of people. I got a 19 out of 20. And you meet with an immigration officer after, and I asked him, what question did I get wrong? And he said, you know, I don't know, I can't tell you, but in my heart of hearts, I know it's one about Quebec. Yeah. I lived there 8 years. Leave it to Quebec to try and ruin a Muslim's life, even after they've left. You know? Yeah. Muslim women not allowed to wear a hijab or cover their heads in the public sector? Yeah, well, you know what? I want to cover my eyes because I don't even want to look at you. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to wear a reverse burqa. It's just going to be a sleep mask. And I'm going to bird box my way through the province. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night.
And that's our show! Thank you all so much for coming. I hope that if I've taught you anything tonight, it's to embrace who you are and stop striving for perfection because, honey, perfection's already been done. Good night!